Welcome to Korea Future's North Korean Prison Database, otherwise known as NKPD. NKPD is a comprehensive and continuously expanding archive of human rights violations committed in the penal system of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, compiled from information sourced from in-depth, in-person interviews of survivors, witnesses, and former state-affiliated agents. From NKPD's top navigation bar, users can browse through the database, analytics, 3D model, and the resources tab. The database tab leads to the main archive, containing information on detainees, perpetrators, human rights violations, and the penal facilities in which the violations occurred. The analytics tab contains charts and graphs that pertain to detainees, perpetrators, human rights violations, and penal facilities to allow users to better comprehend and visualize the numerical data collected. The 3D Model tab contains digital models of the Onsung County MPS Detention Center and the North Hamgyong MPS Holding Center, created based on survivor testimony, memory-based diagrams, and satellite imagery. Under each tab, users can discover an explanatory video for each facility, as well as interactive 3D models. The Resources tab directs users to thematic videos and documents on international human rights instruments and North Korean law that provide context that aids the understanding of human rights violations that transpire in the DPRK penal system. The primary database logs details regarding detainees, perpetrators, human rights violations, and penal facilities in individual information cards named entities. Users can use the search bar or the filters to access specific data that they need. The detainee filter opens the full list of detainees identified through Korea Future's investigation. Clicking on a specific entity, then clicking on the info button on the top right, reveals more information about each detainee, such as their biographical information, the violations they endured, and the list of penal facilities they were held in. Similarly, users can access more information about identified perpetrators, and clicking on the info button reveals their biographical data, as well as further details about their rank, period of service, organizational affiliation, and other relevant information. Using the Violation Entity page, users can access information regarding a specific type of violation, such as violation of right to health, torture and cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment and punishment, violation of freedom of expression, and many more. Clicking on the info icon reveals the legal elements and constituting acts relevant to each violation type, as well as the location, the time frame within which violations took place, and which North Korean state body was responsible for the violation. When detainees experience multiple incarcerations in different timeframes, violation entities document each detention period separately by labeling them as separate events. Lastly, the Penal Facility Entity filter lists the identified penal facilities where human rights violations occurred and documents the facility's organizational affiliation, categorization, location data, and the operational status of individual penal facilities. For each of the 4 categories, users can click on the Relationships icon to view all related entities. Users can use the Filter feature to isolate and organize the data about detainees by gender, age, vulnerability, and other categories. The same can be done for perpetrators. Users can also filter violations by type, specific legal and constituting acts, year, and other categories. The and/or toggle can be used to find entities that correspond to more than one of the filters chosen. For example, if you are trying to look for information on detainees that are disabled and women, you would click the toggle to find detainees that fall under both categories. This feature is useful for identifying patterns of violations that may be directly associated with specific groups of individuals. NKPD serves to support accountability efforts and targeted legal and political advocacy by providing users with credible data. For further inquiries, users can use the contact page or visit our website for more information.